Hey everyone, it's Chaos World here with Nips, with Javessa, otherwise known as Wild Child. And she is my new dolly that I got at Christmas, and I just want to update. So this is her face. I'm sorry, there's gonna be nudity. But anyways, this is her face. I made a little thing there. That's what she looks like. And this is her side. Her hair is uneven, and I did that on purpose. I really like that her hair is not even all around. Right here is shorter than here, and they're a bit uneven. They're deadlocks, and I was gonna put a bead or two on them, but her locks are so big. I can't get a bead around them, which is okay. I think she still looks good. I'm sorry, guys. If it dislodges, you're just gonna have to see some dolly nipples. I'm sorry. And then I don't know what this is. Sorry, there's just like some white yarn that are on some parts, which is why it looks white. But I did the flocking technique by BJD Love a long time ago. I watched her wig making video, and that's how I actually learned how to make wigs. Is by her video, and I remembered the showing when I can't remember her name right now. Z-Toast. When Z-Toast took a moment out of her video to show how to do flocking, which is the technique I used to make this part here. And it was, and I worked out, I put a little strand there. And I also used a different technique this time to make the wig cap. Usually, you do the little Mod Podge thing. Just this little more. Yeah, you do like the Mod Podge thing to make the cap. But I just thought, why don't I try using a balloon? So that is what her cap is made out of, a balloon. And it's working just fine. Nothing's collapsing. It's just working fine. So it's good so far. We'll see what happens next time I try to take it off or something. It comes off easily. It's not like it's glued on. It's just fine. So, yeah, we'll see how it is. I'm going to see how it turns out. If it turns out really well, then I'll make a little video making another wig and show you guys what I did. It's pretty straightforward, though. But then, she's wearing these pants. They're usually Adriana's pants. But Adriana's wearing something else, so she's borrowing it and stretching it out. And she's wearing this little strip, which is I got from Ampakar with Willow when I got him. And she's just wearing it to cover her nips because Wild Child doesn't like to wear tops. She's usually, and her story that I'm still creating, I will definitely do a bio on her later when I figure it out. I figured out her mainstream but no details. But she usually just likes to be topless, when she's hanging out. She just wears pants just to wear pants. Or usually she'll wear a loincloth here and then be topless. She doesn't care. She's like, whatever, I'm Wild Child, I do what I want. So on my Instagram, when I showed her picture with her hair all done, her face finally, in my Snapchat story, I showed her face up as it was getting progressed. And I'll put a little closer so you guys can see. I want to get her new eyes because these used to be Camille's eyes once upon a time. I love the shade of them, but I just don't like these eyes. That's why Camille doesn't wear them either. I always feel like one eye looks normal and the other eye always looks wonky. See? I don't know. It might just be me. But yeah, this is her face. I find it definitely a lot harder to do face up on MSDs than it is SDs. I was pretty frustrated for a while when I was doing her face up. So I was like, oh no. Yeah. And I'm like, why am I having such a hard time? And then I'm like, well, maybe it's because it's a smaller head. But this is not how I originally imagined her face. I just went along with it, and this is what ended up happening. I knew for the eye part, I wanted to do that for sure. And the forehead piece I wanted to do for sure, but the color of her lips, like the red parts, the dots, all that stuff, just threw it in there as I went along. That's what happened. Also, so there's that. As you can see, there was like black stuff here when I opened her. I took that off. It was no problem. Like all of like the tattoos and stuff came off with some scrubbing. Like some of them came off like no problem. Other ones I just had to scrub a little bit. And as you can see on her nips, I left that because it was cute. And her nail polish is like this black chipped, and I like that, so I kept it. She has it on her toes too. What about her that I've developed so far, and her style? As I said, it's a style. She just doesn't really like to wear very much. She wears what she has to, basically. And I know for sure. Oh, her name. So she generally goes by Javessa. But if you're a Dragon Age fan, you'll know where this came from. But her full name is Haram Shalal Javessa de Sambre, and then the last part is her tribe name, and I don't know that yet. I'll have to look it up because I wrote down tribe names, but I forget. But the last part is her tribe name, and everyone just calls her Javessa. The only people I know would call her Haram Shalal is maybe her parents, if they recognize her, and probably other, like, witches, because she is a witch. So other witches would call, if they find out that name. But most people don't know her first name. They just know Javessa. Or they'll just know Wild Child. Let's see. She lives in Canada, just like Maybelle. I don't know if she's going to be modded to be an elf yet, or she's just gonna be a human that came from elf, like was brought to an elf village or something like that. I just know for sure that she interacts with Maybelle and is part of her story, and I think she was perfect because, I don't know, I like to pair dolls. So like Araka, Chives, and Dorothy are one thing together. I put them together, and I put Naya and Tristan together, and I put Camille and Adriana together, and then there's Maybelle, and she does have Vlad, her companion, but I always felt like, she needs like another human person she interacts with that isn't just not just a vampire like Vlad. Speaking of Vlad, I broke him. I only broke one of his fingers. I'm pretty sure I can make a new one, but I was like, no, how did I do this? Either that or I'm going to make it part of his story and make it related to her, what happened to his finger. It's just a nail that came off. The actual finger didn't break. Is there anyone else? I'm sorry, I had to look at my little crew. Yeah, I didn't forget anyone. So she's definitely her and Mabel interact. Javessa, she's a witch. And also, I guess she does like some assassin work, but not very often. She's mostly just a witch that just does what she wants. And she's, I guess, like, she does good, but she's not good at the same time. Because when Maybelle's a witch, she just does whatever benefits her. I put in my Instagram a little blurb about her, where our kid's with his grandpa in the forest, and he sees her in the distance and asks who she is. And the grandpa basically says that there are no bad people here because she makes sure that happens. And that's what she does. She eats souls. So sometimes flesh. Sometimes. Yes, she's part cannibal. Oh no. Whatever. But she mostly eats people's souls, but she'll eat the souls of bad people. And by bad people, if someone's like mean to you one day, like, or bumps into you and doesn't say sorry, she's not gonna kill them. But like, say murderers, or like people who do big time fraud, or like someone who's like touches children or something like that, like she'll kill them and eat their soul, and that the souls make her more powerful. Mabel also takes souls when she does her little I help you help me thing, and if you don't hold up on your end, she has like these little beads that she collects souls in them. So, but the way she collects souls is she eats them. So that's what the witches do. They eat souls or collect souls. They need souls to become powerful. The more souls they have, the more powerful they are and the longer they will live. And yeah, so she's been alive for a long time. She's definitely an older witch than Mabel. I think. No, I lied. She's not an older witch than Mabel. She's been a witch longer than Mabel, but she's not. I got a phone call. Yeah, Mabel was an assassin for a while, and Mabel's also an elf, so she lives a long time. Sorry, I got a phone call again. I keep trying to talk about stuff, and I now lost my train of thought about Mabel being older than her, but has not been a witch as long, and she is 20. So, like, she's been a witch for a while, because wild child, she's not a child anymore, but she's been wild, as the people would say, since she's a child. So, yeah, I'm trying to see if there's anything else. I wrote a little thing here. A thing that people wouldn't know about her is that she likes romantic novels. She sometimes gets some of those, and she actually enjoys them, and she likes to do like yoga and meditation and stuff. So that's as far as I know. Her actual story, I'm still working on, and I do have an idea of how she interacts with Mabel and how they first meet and stuff, and all that, so yay! I love it when I get progress story-wise. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. Until next time, bye. And if you have any questions, don't forget to ask. Bye!